what we're talking about distracting. I can see you. Can you not see me? No? Fine, I'll do it without the hat. There. Better. Fine. Hatless. Like a cave woman. Like a savage! Hello there. My name is YUME RANTS, and it doesn't matter who I am. The point is, I have a rant. Yes, yet another rant, and this time is about an underrated, underappreciated, undervalued. Okay, yes, all those words mean the same thing, but emphasis! Overlooked treasure that it is iZombie, and how basically all the superhero series in the CW are their priority, and poor iZombie will be left, no, is being left in the dark. Now, this is why you see me looking this way. I have written down a rant because I suck at improvising, so I will read it to you. It is about iZombie and the CW series. No. Yes, and the CW series. The CW superhero series, to be specific. Now, if you're not an iZombie fan, which I know most of you are not, I challenge you. I challenge you that by the end of this vlog, rant, discussion, I will convince you to at least check it out on Netflix. So please just say challenge accepted and stick around because you might end up agreeing with me. And if you are already a fan of iZombie, oh, believe me, you will agree. You will rage with me. So let's begin. Disclaimer. Contrary to my objective reporting in GG Entertainment News and the Grinning YouTube channel, this blog is completely and 100% subjective and entirely filled with my opinions. So please do not hate me after watching this video if you do not agree with me. I demand your love afterwards. Thank you. So what about iZombie? Gee, seems like we haven't heard that name in almost a year, doesn't it? Yes, that's because season 2 ended back in April 2016 and season 3 doesn't premiere until this April of this year. It's been a 1-year gap between seasons. Now, why the mega huge gap between seasons? Many reasons, I am sure, but it almost always boils down to one thing: money. In this case, the CW made sure to build this DC superhero empire in its scheduling, and that's the priority. Now notice how I didn't say DC series, I said DC superhero series, because if you didn't know, iZombie is DC. iZombie is a comic book adaptation from Vertigo, which is an imprint from DC Comics, but still it's not their priority because it's not superhero. Now what does this mean? This means that when Supergirl made its move from CBS to the CW, they needed to make space because they wanted one superhero series per night in order to build to the mega crossover that we just saw back in December. Fine. So series like iZombie and the originals needed to be pushed back in order to make space for it. Okay. But mid-season is not so bad. I mean, at least we'll get iZombie in January, right? Wrong. Once again, the network decided to prioritize its superhero series and order additional episodes for DC's Legends of Tomorrow. So until those episodes are done, iZombie cannot return, thus the April premiere date. Hold it right there. I know how this sounds, and it sounds like I am hating on superhero series, which if you knew me, wait, and if you don't, and that's fine, you would know that I'm a huge superhero geek. It's what I breathe, it's what I love, and also why I find it kind of screwed up, for a lack of a better word, that other series need to be affected in order to build this superhero empire. Look at Netflix. Look at the huge superhero empire that Marvel has built. I do not have a problem with superhero empires. I'm totally okay with it. In fact, I actually love them. The problem comes when you give priority to quantity over quality. Just because you have more superhero series does not mean that they're all good. For example, Arrow Season 4. You know it, I'm saying this, and you know I was gonna mention this. This is not only the worst season of Arrow, I could potentially say this is the worst season out of all the DC series, including Gotham. That's how bad it was. Yes, Arrow Season 5 has kind of made up for it now, but the scars, man, the scars remain. Oh, and DC's Legends of Tomorrow. It had so much promise and so much potential, and man, it pains me to admit, but it's been such a disappointment, and it makes me so sad because I adore so many of the actors in that series. especially Katie Lutz. I adore her, but man, what are they even trying to do? What are they even trying to do in that series? How is it that you're almost finished in season 2 and you're still trying to find your footing? What's happening? Look, and personal taste aside, okay, because maybe there are some people who actually like Legends of Tomorrow and Arrow season 4, and hey man, all the power to you, I respect you. But all personal taste aside, seriously though, for reals, it is very worrisome to think that just because a series adds to your brand, it'll get renewed no matter the state of the series. That they'll get renewed no matter how nonsensical or choppy its storyline is and how dimensionless and shallow their characters are. And yes, I'm still looking at you, Legends of Tomorrow. And don't you tell me, oh, it's a comic book series, what did you expect? Because that is no excuse. Don't you even make me mention the Marvel series in Netflix. Because I'll tell you what I expect. I expect characters that I can care for and connect to. I expect a compelling storyline, one that makes sense, that is going somewhere, that makes me feel something, that keeps me entertained, that it is not going around in circles and constantly questioning their identity. Who am I? Which brings me to iZombie. Now, iZombie started as short. Only 13 episodes the first season. It was so good that they got a full second season, and instead, you know how usually series, they get renewed, they get a lot of episodes, and you get filler after filler after filler episode. It's going nowhere and just threading in the water. iZombie was different. The creators, with that full extended season, they really proved that they could strive with a full season, and they really dug into the world. They further developed the characters. They severely cranked up the action, the humor, the drama, and they skillfully developed new and exciting elements to the series. Now, this is coming from someone who hates zombies. I know, I'm sorry. When the series was first recommended to me, I said, look, I can't even watch The Walking Dead because I can't. The blood, the brains, it's not my jam. It's like the one thing of the geek culture that I'm like, I can't even watch. No, I can't. But now they were like, trust me, just watch, just give it a chance. And now the girl who hates zombies is telling you I am absolutely and utterly in love and obsessed with a zombie series. What I'm trying to say is, iZombie is not one of the best series of the CW. It's one of the best television series in general. It's quirky, charming, entertaining, witty, clever, action-packed. The build-ups pay out, and your time invested on it is not wasted. Ironically enough, my fear is that iZombie is being wasted on the CW because at the time, it doesn't fit into their brand, which is a superhero brand, hence it's not their priority. And if this continues to be the case, then all that refreshing originality that series nowadays so desperately need will be lost because it'll get canceled. And that will be a damn shame. And that's basically the point I'm trying to make. I'm not trying to hate on the superhero series, I'm just saying that when you tend to prioritize quantity over quality, the quality of your overall content tends to go down, and unconsciously or indirectly or unintentionally, the series who are original and refreshing, and the content that is completely different and could actually improve your network, it ends up being affected. It ends up being punished. And it's not because the series is not good, it's because at the time it doesn't fit into your brand. And I don't think that's fair. That's basically the point that I'm trying to make. As for the status of iZombie, I know that you recently heard news that The Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, and DC's Legends of Tomorrow did get renewed for an additional season coming up now in fall 2017. But remember, we cannot hear a status on season 4 of iZombie because season 3 hasn't premiered yet. So we gotta make sure how those ratings do. When it premieres in April, I will make sure, do not worry, I got you. I will remind you constantly until you hate me through Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. Whenever you're following me, I will remind you, you will not forget. And if you still haven't watched seasons 1 and 2, check it out. They're right now available to binge watch on Netflix. You will not regret it. Please tell me that I managed to convince you. So do that. Let me know in the comment section below if you want the challenge. Did I manage to convince you or not? And I really hope you enjoyed this rant. If you are a fan of iZombie, you can understand our frustration. We worry that the series might be being neglected right now in the network, and we hope that's not the case because the writers and the cast are just extremely talented and we really want more. So here's some more seasons of iZombie. Here's some more seasons of superhero series. As long as it's quality over quantity, I am okay. Did I forget to thank you? Thank you for watching. Thank you for caring, for listening, for supporting me. And if you want to hear more rants, leave a suggestion in the comment section below, tweet at me, send me a message, and I'll try and make another rant. I'll try to keep you entertained for as long as I possibly can. And thank you again for supporting me, and I will see you next time. Yes, I can see how this can be distracting. Hello there.